We also had MLB The Show 21. Did anyone else play MLB The Show 21?
Does it have that fat guy?
Oh my gosh. Sean, did you not play MLB The Show 21?
No, the fat pitcher guy who's like the troll guy, and like he goes.
Oh, the guy who throws a 46-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yes, I watched a video on him the other night. I was like, holy shit, this dude is awesome.
Sean, Sean, it was on Game Pass though, Sean.
I'll still get it. Okay. I might download it tonight when I go to bed and then play it tomorrow. Baseball doesn't hit me like basketball does or even football does. It's it's so much of a slower paced game.
You'll do like RBI baseball every year. That's why I figured you might check this one out because it's like there.
I did RBI baseball just because I was like, well, I can review this and it probably won't be that good, and it never really was.
So you'll be on this day one next year when it drops on the Switch.
I'll be very interested to see how it plays on the Switch.
Everyone is in the chat saying Bartolo Colon. No, it's not Bartolo Colon. Not that guy.
Okay. All right, Nate. You play.
He's awesome too. I like him too.
Bartolo Colon was a legit good pitcher.
Yeah, he was good.
Not Williams Astudillo.
Yeah, dude, and he's played like every position there is. Like,
yeah,
it's a weirdo. I love him though.
You played MLB The Show though, Nate, right?
Yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts on it?
It's a good baseball game. Road to the Show, they gotta speed up that thing, and they have to fix the RPG mechanics of it.
I mean, like the leveling part, like actually.
Yeah, that sucks. At least in this version, I don't remember it being that bad when I played it like 7 years ago.
So I check in MLB The Show from time to time since the PS2 era. Like I remember playing it back in 2006 because they had Ryan Howard on the cover, and I was playing it then, right? And ever since then, through the PS2, I played it every year. And then went to PS3, and I got it the first year because I was like, I got to see how it looks on this ridiculously cool system, right? A super powerful system. Yeah. And it looked great. Like, it was the baseball game to get. And I got to be honest, nowadays, I'm less impressed with the visuals and stuff they're putting out with the show. The animations are still, I think, fine.
It looks good. It looks good. I mean, it's not at a point of... I'm not looking at the player and be like, wow, I could confuse that as realistic. It's like it looks good. I get this version's probably not the best to gauge because it's not a true next gen version.
That's true. But like back in the day, even on the PS3, we would put that up in the store. And the reason we would do that is because one, it showed off the visuals of a system we're trying to sell. And two, you could set it to broadcast mode and it would actually mimic what it looks like on TV, where they put the camera behind the pitcher and it would go through an entire game like that. And people would walk in thinking that like a live game was going on and we were like watching a TV show like on TV. We're watching it on cable. And we could do the same thing with basketball at the time too. I think it was 2K9 or 2K10 at the time, and it looked real. Like
you could do, because that's what we used to do at GameStop. We would have when the 360 came out, we would have NBA 2K running on the Xbox, and then right next to it we would have NBA 2K running on the Xbox 360. And it was like, whoa, holy shit! Like this is look at this jump,
because they had the sweat coming off them, right?
The clothes were shorts were moving and stuff like that. The animations were so much better. It was like, wow, this looks awesome. Like it was that jump.
So basically, I don't feel that kind of kind of feeling with this one. But you mentioned how slow Road to the Show is.
I was double A for 3 seasons.
Yes.
And 2.5 seasons. But I was batting 600 for the first 2 seasons, and I never got called up. I was hitting like 50 home runs, I'm batting 600. I'm a pitcher and a fielder. I'm like,
you didn't just
how
pick
am I
one?
not getting called up in AAA?
You didn't just pick one?
No, I did both because that's how the game presets you. I was like, I'll just stick. I'm still going by Joe Random. I haven't even changed my name.
You just want to pick one. You just want to pick one. So you either want to be a pitcher or a batter because I'll get you called up faster.
Well, I wanted to do the Shohei Ohtani type approach. I'd be like, I could be a DH if I'm not pitching. And if I'm batting 700 and hitting 50 home runs a season, I'm going to get called up quick. I'm still in AAA. I'm batting 675. And I'm like, come on, game. Like, my play is going to be like 30 before I get called up to the pros.
So let me tell you how Road to the Show used to be, because it was really annoying. Back in the day when you would be a batter, so you'd be like, I'm going to be this dude who goes out there and hits like 10 home runs in a game or something crazy, right? Somehow you're going to make that happen. What they would do is you would have to play in the field the entire time. Like, from what I remember doing on PS2, if you're a batter, you got to go play a position in the field.
Yep.
So you go out there and you would actually watch the computer pitch an entire inning. Just stand there and wait around.
I wish you could simulate that now until you.
So now they skip a lot of that, which is good. And they'll even skip like you on bases if you want and all this. Basically, if you just want to be a batter, you just bat. If you want to be a pitcher, you just pitch and that's it. So it's much faster now than it used to be. But I still don't have that wow factor. I think they should, you're right, work on the RPG element some in terms of making your character better, or at least make it more clear cut, because half the time you're getting all these cool things happening and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like every time you catch the ball, it's supposed to improve your fielding. Every time you get a hit, it's either your contact, your vision, or your power is increasing. And like if you simulate the game, you don't get any of those stat upgrades as it should be. You have to earn them by playing.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like, my player was slow, and it says listen to your coach if you want opportunities. My coach is saying, steal a base. I get thrown out by 10 feet. And then he comes back like, oh, you got to work on your stealing. Why are you sending me? My speed is 10 out of 100. I'm never getting to that base. I'm getting punished for listening to my manager, and he scolds me.
He does, too.
So then I
so mad at you.
Yeah, and I train to work on it. And he tells me to steal again. I get thrown out again. He's like, oh, you should just stop stealing. Stop sending me. And then if I don't listen to him, he's like, why aren't you listening to the signs? I don't know, because I can't get to second without being thrown out.
I'm laughing because the thing I realized as I was playing like this game, I'm like, oh, that's right. You do the opposite of what your manager tells you in the beginning, because he somehow believes you're like this incredible baseball player and you're like just getting out of college and you're slow as dirt. So like you got to like up your speed, and you got to do if you're a pitcher, you got to do more of your bullpen sessions and all this. Because they just think you're an all-star immediately, and they're just like, all right, you're going to steal second and third before he throws the pitch to home plate. And you're like, what? So
I can't, like, why didn't you do what I say?
It's
We're
really
trading
funny.
you. Like, what?
It's really funny. But when you actually get really good in the game and you're like a pitcher, you legitimately will start throwing like 100 miles an hour or something crazy. So it gets better as you get further in, but it will seriously take you like 7 seasons to get to that point.
I mean, it takes forever. That's the crazy thing with the road to the show. So I've been doing the March to October.
Yeah.
Which that's a mode other sports games should look to steal, be it basketball or football, of have like those key moments either in a game or across the season where you have to perform. So that mode is set up as they'll sign a pitcher. Like I'm playing as the Yankees, they'll be like, you're Garrett Cole, pitch a perfect game. Okay. You pitch the perfect game, your team gets on a hot streak. Or you'll come in like the bottom of the 9th and it'll be you're down by 1. Take the lead and sweep the series. So you come in, you grind out for 2 runs to win the game. That's an awesome mode. If you had it in football of like get a sack, get the interception on the goal line, that would be awesome for Madden to have something like that, just to spark something, new outside of the traditional single player mode. So it's fun. It's quick because you don't have to play all the games. And I mean, overall, I think what the game offers is solid, but Road to the Show, they have to fix those RPG elements, make it clearer, and you can't be in the minors for 2-3 seasons either. Speed it. Like if you're legit batting 100 after your first season, then just be like, we released you. You have to start with a new player. But if you're batting 500 for half the season, you should be called up to AAA at least. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous? I have no idea what any of this means.
Is Canerco in it?
The good news is it's on Game Pass. So.
I did do Home Run Derby with Ken Griffey Jr. though in the Polo Grounds.
Oh, you caught my attention, Ken Griffey Jr., huh?
The good news is
Jr. and who did I have him up against? Oh, shit.
It's on Game Pass is the good news, so you don't technically have to buy what is a heavily depreciating sports game. Like by the end of this year, it's gonna be like a $10 game most likely. So at least there's that. If you're a baseball fan, it's the best baseball game out there.
You guys want to talk about the review scores? How it's a lot lower this year? There's a little conspiracy there. Did you guys?
Really?
Did you guys see that?
Oh, yeah.
People are saying that now the show sucks because it's multi-platform.
What?
There's that angle. There's that angle. Then there's the also crummy angle of it's only like the PlayStation version of MLB. It got the PlayStation exclusive shield. So as when it was, they would rate it higher because it was an exclusive, and now we're actually seeing the game for what it is, which is just.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So there's 2 sides to it. So I don't know if you guys saw that on Twitter.
I did not. What I will tell you though is it just feels like a last gen baseball game. That's That's all I
What
can
would a
tell you.
next gen baseball game feel like?
Better presentation.
Better presentation.
I mean, it has the MLB
Konerko?
Network presentation
better-
in it.
Konerko
Yeah,
in the booth?
Paul Konerko should be a legend instead of.
I think it just feels like it's right now. It feels like it's PS4 and Xbox One game that they just like up-res and fix the frame rate, and here it is now on your PS5 and your Xbox Series X, basically. But I mean, if you think about it,
the crowd better because right now, if the guy in the white shirt stands up, all the guys in the white shirt stand up too, and you notice it very quickly. Like, oh, these character models are the same, and they're all doing the exact same thing. What the hell's happening?
Yeah. There were a lot of talks. I remember leading up to the generation of like the cloud stuff having to do with like the crowd. So that could be interesting if that eventually goes into some of these sports titles where the crowd is like legitimately like figured out by like the cloud and AI and all of this. That could be kind of cool. But
they could also improve like the dialogue. They say the same sentence like 12 times a game.
What I like
this guy's
is
having a great game. Like,
what I like is between they'll
game, man.
what I like
Pokemon Stadium
Chronicles 2 level.
what I like is between like the games or whatnot, when you're done pitching or batting or whatever, and they're going like tonight, like you're going to a locker room or clubhouse or whatever, they kick over to like a podcast going on and they're talking about your game basically, but very broadly. Like they don't want you to. It's supposed to basically fit any situation. Like they have a positive and a negative one, basically.
It's just like, he had a great game.
Yeah, this guy's really coming up. He's on his way to great things. And then you play one bad game. This guy is terrible. He has no future in the baseball franchise. Like, what?
Because they had them film it. I guess they're trying to be like modern times now, so they had them film it in their bedrooms, like they're on Skype in some cases, like they're they're calling in, from like their office or whatever for like now, right? Because like COVID stuff and all of that, like everyone's at home. So there's a student in his bedroom with like his bed that's not even made behind him, and he's like talking about how much you suck, and it's like, dude, you didn't make your bed today.
You know what's funny?
You can't say that.
It's so realistic though. Of like, I'm sure I don't watch sport, but I bet it's just like you make one mistake, PlayStation's dead.
Yo,
like,
this game sounds corny as hell. I'll just be real with you guys right now. This sounds like a corny ass game.
I want to know how they did it better in like NFL 2K5 when you would have like Chris Berman.
That was good though.
Literally breaking down like all of the games and all of the plays when you did a season. Like that shit felt real as hell. And it probably hasn't aged all that great, but it sounds light years better than this.
Yeah, had to kill that off real quick.
Yeah, this one it does feel like they just kind of rushed the dialogue sequences for the announcers, where it's just like, that's a single. He has 2 hits this game. He's on fire. If I was a pitcher, I'd circle his name on that lineup card. Okay, but he'll say it like 3 times in the game. Like, yeah.
Reminds me of Pokemon Stadium, where every time you one-shot somebody, he always yells, "He's a one-shot wonder!"
Well, like, one of the things that they say when he plays the Yankees, if you hit a home run, the guy would be like, as they often hear when they're on TV, "See ya!" I'm like, okay, I've hit like 7 home runs today, and you said the same line every home run. You had to record something else, right?
It's the best baseball game right now. So I guess there's that, but not a lot of competition in that sector. So
what?
There you go.
Did you play Nicktoons baseball?
I did not.
Nicktoons baseball. Oh my god.
Nicktoons baseball. Yeah.
All I know is I'm about to pop in Mario Super Sluggers on the game.
Yeah.
We're good.
Hey,
we're good. That's all we
You
need.
can get Ken Griffey Jr. and Home Run Derby, and that's the important thing.
Or MLB The Show 07. 2007 was very good.
Play Ken Griffey Jr. baseball on the Super Nintendo.
Yo.
Yeah, but you can't have him go against Aaron Judge in the Home Run Derby.
The Super Nintendo version had that awesome intro song. It was like this weird techno song. It was dude just going, "No one can stop this! No one can stop this!" And it was just like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Yeah, but it didn't have the reality bat. That was like dope. The reality bat was so cool back on that.